Hello and welcome to Ventura College for Pirate basketball on the VC Sports Network. The playoffs have arrived. The Pirates draw the 4 seed in the tournament rankings, and they welcome in the 13 seed East Los Angeles College Huskies. The Huskies survived a scare in the opening round against Santa Ana College. They trailed it in the second half, but managed to fight back and advance to round 2. They draw the Pirates here tonight, and Mike, the Pirates and the Huskies different certainly in some notable ways that we will talk about, but also in many ways mirror images of each other. And we talk about a couple of scintillating matchups, starting at the point guard spot with Jaden Barnes for the Huskies and Snooky Wigington for the Pirates.
Yeah, this is going to be a battle one at the guard position. Barnes, huge in the win versus Santa Ana on Wednesday. They were down by 14 in that game in the second half. Barnes leading the way with 23, really a part of that surgent second half that resulted in them being here tonight in Ventura. Meanwhile, Wigington has been fantastic all year. Snooky really dictates the pace of what this team wants to do, how they want to operate. Ventura's going to come away with the win. It's going to be he that controls the tempo tonight.
Another great matchup up front. Terrence Hampton, 14 points, a little over 8 rebounds a game for the Huskies, and Jeremiah Smith leading the Western State North in scoring and rebounding this season. Nearly a double-double on the season, but a great matchup between two very athletic and talented players on the front line. We are underway. Pirates with the opening tap. Wigington at the controls. It's Wigington, Bellamy, Cigar, Smith, and Onigbogu in the starting lineup for the Pirates, so no notable changes there. And meanwhile for the Huskies, it's Barnes along with Landon Winston, Quinlan Daly, Imani Herring, and Terrence Hampton. So both coaches sticking with their lineups here in recent weeks, and a fight for a rebound down low, and Harrington battling with Smith. And the jump ball going to give it to the Huskies. Pirates had a lengthy winning streak snapped in the last week of the season here at home against Allen Hancock. They did bounce back in the season finale, a 28-point win at Oxnard to come in to the postseason with a record of 24-4. And as we talked about at the top, they get the 4 seed. The Huskies at 19-9 after the win against the Dons. Euro step for Barnes on the drive, might have been partially blocked. Wigington jets into the front court with no numbers. Leaves it for Bellamy coming off a big performance. Bellamy drains the 3. He led the way for the Pirates with 23 in that season-closing win at Oxnard on Friday night. Down low and an offensive foul.
Watch it here. Try that again.
Yeah, first move there for Hampton.
Hampton, you see him extending the forearm there. That's an easy call. Well, Jeff, talk about stats. We looked at the stats coming in. ELAC doesn't necessarily shoot it all that well from 3. 30% as a team on the season. But they had some timely and clutch threes in the win versus the Dons on Wednesday. Obviously, throughout the season, the Pirates have been a massive factor from beyond the arc.
Yeah, the Pirates top 10 in the state in three-point percentage. Meanwhile, the Huskies barely cracked the top 100, but as you say, Mike, that's not really their game. Shot from Onigbogu misses in close. The Huskies want to run. Dropping it short for Winston. Now they'll settle in.
Real quick, earlier when Barnes was driving and he had that ball partially blocked. It was Bellamy who went straight up, maybe got a hand on it, but he certainly altered the shot, but going straight up instead of coming down. And obviously it's been a coachable moment from throughout the season, boding well early for the Pirates.
Barnes rises from 16 and knocks it down. He had 23 to lead the Huskies in the win against the Dons. In round one, Smith, a lot of contact. And if it's Hampton, could that be the second on Hampton quickly? I believe they're going to get Herring.
Yeah, they're going to get Herring.
Yeah, it's the first on Herring, but that was very close.
Yep.
Flirting with disaster early. The Huskies are very deep as a unit, but they certainly can ill afford to lose Hampton for any length of time. Meanwhile, a turnover bringing it in for Wigington.
Yeah, they're going to get Bellamy there on the moving pick.
First on Bellamy. Up top, Landon Winston, 4-3.
Wow.
And if they can knock down some threes, Mike, as they were able to do at opportune times in the win against Santa Ana, on Wednesday, so much the better. If you're a Husky fan, they grab a 5-3 lead. Wigington checked by Winston.
Yep.
Shot clock at 12. They clear out for Smith on the drive. And the body control from Jeremiah Smith finishes with the layup.
You see Hampton there wary of picking up his second foul, only going straight up, not much of a challenge. Smith feasted.
Yeah, you're going to need some kind of challenge against Smith.
Uh-oh.
Meanwhile, back-to-back threes for Winston, and Winston's not notable for being one of the big three-point shooters. It's really Quinlan Daly is options A, B, and C from long range for East Los Angeles College, but it's Winston with a couple of threes. Wigington looking to answer back, barely grazed the iron.
Yeah, that's just a poor shot selection there from Snooki Wigington. Maybe a bit of a heat check early, something he can get away with, obviously. 16:46 remaining in the first half.
Yeah, Wigington up around 40% for much of the season. He just slipped under late in the year, but definitely shoots well from long range.
Great closeout there.
Barnes around a high screen, picked up by Smith.
Offensive foul.
Yeah, we'll have a look down at floor level.
Well, isn't that an offensive foul? I mean, that's Barnes wrapping his head, and that's got to get called, and you have to see the referee who called it's right there.
Yeah, I think Barnes might have saved himself by not pushing with that arm. The tip is up and good from Herring after the good contest from Anik Bogu, but look at Herring getting up and finishing 10-5. It's a 10-2 run for the Huskies. Wigington on the drive out to Smith. Cigar rises from 18. It's good.
It looked like there was some contact on that shot. That's a great look for Cigar.
10-7. Cigar went through a stretch where he struggled from three-point range a couple of weeks ago, but has picked it up over the last 3 games from long range.
Barnes continues his hot week. Another layup at the rim. That's just too easy, too much penetration for Barnes, and you got to stop him earlier than that.
12-7, and that will certainly be his game. Oh. Putting the ball on the floor and attacking the basket. Daly going to pick up the foul on Cigar. First on Daly. Well, we haven't had much chance to talk about the rebounding between the two teams. Saw Herring getting on the offensive glass. East Los Angeles College, the top team in the South, rebound margin on the season. Both these teams have been in the top 10.
I believe Herring had
all
16
year.
Rebounds in the win versus Santa Ana on Wednesday.
So this is certainly a challenge for the Pirates. And to that end, Tong into the game for the Pirates. He's missed the last 3 games, but gets back just in time for the Pirates, who can use that size on the front line. Cigar for 3. And look out, because he can fill it up. And he's hit his first couple of shots. He's got 5. Pirates back within
That's
2.
An offensive foul.
Barnes with the push-off on Wigington. 4th team foul. It's the first on Barnes.
We're going to see this here on the replay. He's a very crafty player, but we see here, and Snooki doesn't have to sell it. I mean, when you get that extension, we saw Hampton get fouled or get called for a foul earlier. That time, Barnes doesn't get away with it. Back the other way here for the Pirates.
Wigington into the lane, outside for 3, around and out.
Great rebound.
Herring again. Barnes quickly ahead, running the floor. The layup in and out. Bellamy in some trouble, but manages to get it off to Wigington. So both teams missing on good looks. Still 12-10. Tong operating down low and a foul called, and no, it's going to be a travel.
Yeah, I want to say that's a good call here. He goes into the dribble. We'll see it on the replay. Ball goes inside, takes a dribble. Yep, picked up his back foot. That's pretty textbook there. Adrian
Marcus, who had a big performance Wednesday night, 14 points and 8 rebounds off the bench.
Well, Tom's got to do a better job of sitting down there in the post. He's too high up. Nice touch.
Harrington gets the roll, 14-10. Just to finish the point on Marcus, he spent much of the season coming off the bench, but he's the second leading scorer for the Huskies, a little over 12 points a game. The lob for Smith, who throws it down.
Good Lord.
Harrington going to pick up the foul.
Well, somebody's going to pick up the poster. Let's watch this here on the replay.
Wonder if we have this from the other side. Oh, that's a great look at it.
Yeah, Herring's going to get the poster. And
I'll tell you, that'll look good on your wall if you're a Pirate fan.
I'll tell you what, that's going to look pretty good on ESPN Top 10. Look at that. Clear foul there, Herring, the offending party. And one opportunity converted. It's 13-14. We'll get this score corrected here for you.
Isaiah Hill has checked in along with Daryl Morris. Morris does a great job running this offense with Barnes on the bench, also averaging 4 assists a game on the season. Morris will try for 3, didn't get any. Winston trying to keep it alive, but it's out of bounds. Back to the Pirates.
It's a great defensive possession there for the Pirates, and it's those type of plays from Smith on the alley-oop and the poster and one. That's really going to ratchet up the defense, and they're so good at times in the half court. And sometimes they go to sleep. That time, obviously, one of their better ones on the season.
Morris with some pressure on Wigington, who's over the timeline. And gets the turnover.
Now wait a minute. What?
They're calling this a carry, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, Wigington's making the case that Morris hit the ball.
Well, Morris hits the ball, but he stops it. It's a tough one to officiate there.
Morris into the lane. Teardrop, too strong. Has the rebound. Another chance for the Huskies. Long 3 rimming, no. So Hill can't get it to go. And, you know, Mike, you go back to the 2 threes from Winston. And I think if you're the Huskies, now we've seen them try a couple of more threes. And maybe it's not the best thing to see the first couple go down. Now you might start to feel it from out there, take more shots than you should.
Little over-reliance on the 3 for a team that only shoots 30% from 3. Jeff, it's a great point.
Morris on the drive, forces one up, foul called.
That time, looked like that was that Smith? No, they're going to get Wilson.
Yeah, Jeremiah Wilson, who's checked in. And he'll send Morris to the line. Daryl Morris, a 74% foul shooter. 15-13. And 2 for 2 for Morris. Pirates back in the postseason for the first time in 3 years. So they are all the way back after a couple of seasons that have been something of a struggle. Smith in a crowd back outside to Wigington.
Great job getting out of the key. Almost whistled for a 3-second.
But for the Pirates, the playoffs been by and large a disappointment. In recent years, Wigington's 3 is good.
Now that was a terrific shot selection there from Wigington. Takes it in rhythm. The big doesn't step out. And that's easy money for Snooki.
Pirates trying to break a 5-game losing streak in the postseason. Here tonight, tied at 16. One more look at the poster from Jeremiah Smith.
It's quite the elevation. Not something I can say I had the experience of experiencing myself. I was usually on the receiving end. I was usually herring.
Yeah, I think Smith had that look and said, when I get that high in the air, there's no stopping it.
Yeah, good luck.
He's got gravity on his side coming down.
I don't.
So we're tied at 16 as the Huskies will work at the length of the floor. Daly, checked by Bellamy.
That looked like a travel.
Oh,
nice find.
Good feed. Scott lays it up and in, so Jabari Scott off the dish from Isaiah Hill.
Let's get another pick up top.
Anik Bogu setting the screen.
It's just a poor decision there.
Second foul on Anik Bogu.
I mean, you have to get to a spot and stay still. You cannot cheat out. They're going to call that. Is that number 2 on Anik Bogu?
It is.
So he comes out. Tong Tong back into the game. Bit of a zone look here. And the Dons went to a zone on Wednesday, and it really seemed to disrupt the rhythm in that second half before the comeback for ELAC.
Smith dancing on the dribble now out to Wigington.
The spacing right now just isn't there, and offensively the rhythm.
Wilson's 3 is too strong.
You see that shot? That's more of a force shot than something you take in rhythm, and the offense a little out of sorts. Nothing a little defense can't solve.
Wigington with the deflection gets it back. Bellamy fanning out, but didn't get him the ball in time. Smith steps into a 3 off the back iron.
But it's a better shot in rhythm that time for the offense of the Pirates.
Another offensive rebound for the Pirates, who've started to pick it up on the boards. They get the shot clock reset partially. Wigington on the drive, just has to force one up. It's on the floor. The Huskies have it. Moore's ahead to Daly. Daly tries to step through, caught the bottom of the rim.
Right now, Daly kind of forcing the issue a bit. And Wigington has to do a better job of taking on the physicality posed by Morris and ELAC.
Morris again gets a hand in, but Wigington able to knock it to Tong. Tong with the drop step.
Man, that is pretty.
Tong ties it at 18. How about the footwork in the post?
Thing of beauty. And Jeff, that Tong, you see the development just within the year. That's a move probably 2 months ago. You're not going to see him make another 3 for ELAC.
Third 3 for the Huskies, who hit roughly 5 a game as a team for the season.
Well, I think the scouting report dictates, hey, you know what? You're going to have to take some more chances from 3 here tonight, and why not? Absolutely own the boards offensively versus the Dons. Probably not going to have a repeat performance to that versus the Pirates, but you got to take your chances. You're going to need to hit 3s. The Pirates, a team that averaged 90+ on the season.
Yeah, one of 2 teams in the entire 3C2A to score at that clip. 21-18. The Huskies with the lead, and this the pace certainly that the Huskies would like.
Slip.
Smith, baseline drive.
That's a good shot.
Won't go. And Hampton, who's returned, has the rebound. Barnes also back on. Over to Winston, who'll try for three. Rimming no good. Tong keeps it alive. Now it's on the floor, going back to the Pirates.
Great work by Hampton to put himself in a position to win that offensive rebound, but just can't control it. Goes out of bounds back to the Pirates.
Cigar and Bellamy, along with Tong, Wilson, and Smith on the floor for the Pirates. Cigar for three. No. Rebound on the floor. And off to Hill.
That's a travel.
There's the call. Bellamy able to jump out defensively. Disrupt Hill, who turns it over. Fifth turnover on the Huskies early to three for the Pirates. Timeout on the floor. Huskies with the early 21-18 lead here on the VC Sports Network. .49 remaining in the first half. Pirates down three.
I think the message in that timeout there, Jeff, let's see if we can get something going to the basket. If you're Ventura, travel.
Over to Bellamy. Shot clock at 10. Bellamy starting to back down to the turnaround. Pretty from Baron Bellamy. He's got five. Pirates within one.
Bellamy with a size advantage on Morris and Barnes.
Hampton
nice move.
Now going to work on Tong.
That's an offensive foul.
Off the ball, Smith sent sprawling.
How's that? I want to know how that's a foul on the defense. What exactly is the referee looking at there?
Well, you and Jeremiah Smith are thinking the exact same thing.
Coach Daniels is, up in arms too, and why not? That's the 15th foul on Ventura.
Quickly down low. Shot no good for Barnes. I believe Tong coming over, committing the foul. And this is what's tricky about Jaden Barnes, who gets to the line a little over 4 times per game. Just a physical presence.
Yep.
Even at 6'1". Down low, it was Bellamy committing the foul with the body. His first sends Barnes to the line. 1-1 for Barnes, in and out.
Wow.
Bellamy.
Wow.
Down on the floor, and no call coming. This is going back to the Huskies.
I mean, how do you call the foul on Jeremiah, but then you don't call a foul there? It's out of bounds?
Getting it into Marcus. Marcus down low. Finishes with the half hook, 23-20. Adrian Marcus in some trouble, but gets the finish. Wigington finds Tong for the dunk. Tong with 4. Back to a 1-point game. Barnes will step into a 3. Karams off to Bellamy. Wigington on the drive has that one ripped out by Morris.
It's a great play. Let's go back to the move by Snooki to free up Tong.
Well, how about the patience as everybody just jumps through?
Yep.
And Snooki, all of a sudden, finds a clear passing lane. There's Tong. Into Bellamy. Wigington working on Morris, the high arcer, too strong. Winston high up for the board.
And again, that physicality from Morris really paying dividends for the Huskies.
Yeah, Wigington coming off 10 points and 8 assists against Oxnard in the season finale, but did struggle somewhat from the floor, 4 of 12. Morris on the drive misses the shot. Wigington into the front court with no numbers. He'll pull up for 3, no good. Rebound off to Morris.
And now Snooki pressing a little bit. Jeff, we talked about at the top of the broadcast, this game was going to be won at the guard position. Barnes has had the better game, but if you're the Pirates, Snooki has not had a good game, and they're only down by 1.
How about Tong getting a hand in? Ripping that one out and a foul in the backcourt.
Yep. And this should be 1-1. That's the 18th foul.
I think another guy who will be key tonight on the floor, Dabe Princeville, has checked in.
Yep.
And Princeville has been a defensive presence all season long for the Pirates. High energy, very disruptive on the defensive end. No doubt a big matchup with both Jaden Barnes and Daryl Morris in that Husky backcourt.
And let's see if Cigar do a good job of getting settled here.
Shoots 69% from the line.
For somebody who shoots about 50% from 3, that's a pretty low number. Good rhythm there.
And hits the first free throw, and Cigar up among the leaders in the state all season long from three-point range. He's been well over 40% all year. Did have that rough stretch a couple of weeks ago over about a 4-game stretch, but over the last 3 games, back to hitting just under 50% from three-point range.
How's that not a travel? Nice hands.
Down low, Bellamy with the strip. Into the front court, and again, the Huskies are back. Cigar.
Got to reset. Bring it out. There you go.
Wants a screen from Tong. Bellamy, shot clock at 11, into the lane. Back outside, Princeville will try for 3.
It's a
and
great
a foul
job
as they battle for the rebound, Tong and Hampton.
Look at the job that Tong does to win position here, and then a foul. Hampton coming from the back. And that's one player outworking the other. Another 1-on-1 opportunity. Let's see what Tong does from the line, and if memory serves, Tong pretty good from the stripe.
Hampton, meanwhile, with his second foul, so scoreless here in the first half, and now heads to the bench with 5:47 remaining.
I think Bogu with 2. Might not see either one of those players until the second half.
Yeah, Tong's percentage is under 50%, but Mike, I'm with you every time we see him. The stroke looks pretty good, and he hits the first one there.
Jeff, we talk about the evolution of the player, especially at the JUCO level. He's a completely different player from what we saw 2 months ago. Beginning of the season, probably getting a lot of trips to the line, not as comfortable. Certainly comfortable there. Drains, too. We saw the pretty look down low earlier from Tong, and he's having himself some pretty good minutes here for having missed the last couple games.
Yeah, back in the fold, and 6 points here in the first half, a 1-and-1. Now for Jaden Barnes. First foul committed by Dabe Princeville.
Jeff, if I'm ELAC, I'm a little concerned right now. You're down by 3, and the Pirates have not played a good game. And meanwhile, you have 3-point contributions from Morris, who you normally don't get. You have 3 3-pointers made in the first half when you only make 5 on the season per game. Barnes misses the front end.
Now Wigington.
I'd like to see him slip.
Picked up by Daly. Still on the drive. And the pass stolen by Marcus into the front court. Lost the handle, got it back, missed the shot. The rebound pinballs around and ends up with Wigington. Wigington Outside, Cigar open for three, rimming no. Rebound to Marcus.
One and done there for the ELAC. Great job.
Barnes
Travel.
outlets to Daly. Daly lays it in. First two for Quinlan Daly.
Looked like an extra step, but he gets away with it.
East Los Angeles back within one. Back and forth first half. Cigar around a Tong screen.
Foul.
Comes up shooting. He's fouled. Gonna go on Hill. Yeah, Mike, the Pirates top 10 in three-point percentage on the season, second in the 3C2A in field goal percentage. And for that kind of efficiency, yeah, this has been a pretty ugly first half. Give East Los Angeles a lot of credit for that, certainly. But the Pirates, for those we've been watching all season long on the VC Sports Network, they have usually been far more impressive offensively than what we've seen so far tonight. And yet, Cigar hits the free throw, and here they are with the lead with 4:37 remaining in the first half.
They're getting free points at the stripe, and, kudos to the coaching staff. I mean, just even from a week ago, Jeff, Cigar looks a lot more poised from the stripe than he did Tong earlier as well.
He's got 8 with one more free throw coming. It hits. And
as a team, they're 100%. They're 6 of 6.
And meanwhile, East Los Angeles just 2 of 5. So free throws, a storyline certainly in the first half.
Another foul on Princeville, looks like.
It'll be the second quickly on Dabe Princeville.
Let's go back and see if we can see what they were talking about here. Might be off the ball or off the camera here. Yeah.
Well, that was quick. Like just a little push against Tiago Gilpin. Free throw is good. So Gilpin, one more free throw coming. Well, it's doubly bad for the Pirates as Princeville picks up his second, and on really a throwaway foul. Huskies come away with 2 points to get back within one. Princeville now playing with 2 fouls. A lot of bad on that trip down for the Pirates. Wigington splits the double team. Cigar for 3, in and out. Tong battling for the rebound, keeps it alive. Snooki's got it back. On the drive, a bump from Scott, but Wigington out of bounds.
See, I don't understand. From referees, what do you want? Hey, how about some consistency? A couple times now, we see bumps on one end, not get called on the other. And obviously, for Coach Daniels, frustration is going to start to set in.
Barnes into the lane, to the fadeaway. It's good.
Lead back to
Jaden
ELAC.
Barnes gives the Huskies the 29-28 lead as we wind under 4 minutes to go in the first half. Wigington outside, Bellamy for 3 off the back iron. Long rebound. Here comes ELAC. Hill into the front court. Picked up by Wigington in a switch. Leaner for Hill is good.
Maybe think about taking a timeout here.
A 6-point run for the Huskies to go back up 3. Kane Daniels going to let them play through it. 31-28, Tong setting the high screen again for Cigar. Off to Wilson, and a whistle off the ball. It's going to go against the Pirates.
Cigar.
Yeah, Cigar got himself in trouble.
Yep,
And
you see it there. I mean, the bump looks similar to what Snooki got that forced him out of bounds.
Princeville remains in the game with the 2 fouls on Barnes. Hill looking for a Marcus screen. Shot clock at 13. Barnes, step back 3, just grazes the iron. Bellamy there quickly for the rebound. Cigar.
Coach Mosley wants a carry, and I think he has a pretty good case against Cigar.
Cigar on the drive. Prince will for three. Splash!
That is huge.
Ties it at 31. Dabe Princewell with a big three for the Pirates. All square once again. Winston holding. Scott on a clear out against Tong. Back to Wilson. Now they'll clear out for Wilson. Working
Travel.
on Bellamy. Bellamy.
Travel. Thank you.
I believe it was the block from Tong, but already the travel.
I mean, that even wasn't going to happen, but it's crazy to me that the near side official would call the travel on the play that happens on the far side. The other official has a great look at it. He doesn't even bother to blow his whistle.
Pirates do get it back on the 7th turnover here in the first half for East Los Angeles. Bellamy for three. Won't go. Barnes has the rebound. Jets into the front court. It's a 3-on-2. Lobs! And the dunk. What a finish. How about Wilson? Or excuse me, Hill.
Yep.
Cigar on the drive has the shot blocked.
2 shots
But
coming.
a whistle and a foul. Cigar back to the line. Well, both teams now with spectacular highlights. Hill running the floor. So Cigar readies the free throw. It's good. Pirates stay perfect at the line. Cigar now 5 for 5 at the charity stripe. Into double figures, he's got 10. Coming off a 15-point performance in the win against Oxnard. And with Smith on a lengthy stint on the bench, Cigar picking it up. He's got 11. That's exactly what you're looking for if you're the Pirates. And Cigar stepping in, shouldering some of that scoring load. 1:24 and counting remaining in the first half. Winston. Marcus. Good position down low. The fadeaway won't go. Rebound inside. Marcus fouled. Going to the line, and the Huskies starting to assert themselves on the boards.
Jeff, we talked about it before the game. This is the top rebounding team in Southern California. ELAC is a monster, especially on the offensive rebounds. We see at that time 2-3 chances at it before the foul called. A couple of free throws coming from Marcus.
Pirates have done a good job. It's relatively even on the boards here in the first half, 16-15. Just a 1 rebound advantage for East Los Angeles. But that time the second and third chance pays dividends. Marcus 1 out of 2 from the line. Princewell with the rebound. Pressure in the backcourt. Princewell skips for Wilson. Bellamy drives to the basket, lays it in.
That's one hell of a move there from Bellamy, and terrific recognition. Now you got to pick up full court.
Hill thought about a three. Drives the lane with the dish in a crowd. A whistle before the shot, or are they going to give Marcus the continuation?
No, that's on the shot. It's a
Yep.
good call.
Tong. No, they're going to get Princewell. And that's the third on Dabe Princewell. So that is a significant call. A 3-point opportunity for Marcus.
Correct the score, 36-35 now. Under a minute to go in the first half.
Well, just another tight one in the postseason. Mentioned that the Pirates on a 5-game postseason losing streak, but in those 5 games, losing those games by a little under 4 points a game. So this is nothing new for Pirate fans who've been watching for the last few years. The Pirates getting into the postseason and locked in tight games. And they look like they're on their way to another one here. 37-35. Cigar. Wilson outside. Picking up the pressure. And a steal for East Los Angeles.
Cigar picks up a foul.
I
And
believe
that's
it
his
was
second.
Yeah, it's Jadis Langston who's checked in with the pressure and ultimately strips that ball. And the foul in the backcourt. It's free throws both ways. Both teams in the bonus. And back to the line for Marcus.
Yeah, you got to get Cigar out.
Second on Cameron Cigar. Missed free throw.
Well, that's
9
now
of 9 for the Pirates. Now 5 of 10
Yep.
for East Los Angeles.
This could be a 7-point game. Instead, only a 2-point game in ELAC.
1 out of 2 for Marcus. 38-35. Pirates can play for the final shot. Langston picking up the pressure on Wigington. Wigington waving off the screen from Wilson. Down to 14 seconds. Now Wigington starts a drive. Into the lane. That ball stripped out. A whistle.
Yep.
5.9 remaining.
Relatively equal shot clock and the game clock.
Yeah, they're going to say that this was out of bounds. We'll stay with the Pirates.
Yeah, it was Langston who touched it while he was out of bounds.
Into Cigar. Corner. Three is good! Cameron Cigar sends the Pirates into the locker room, tied at 38. 14 for Cigar in the first half. None bigger than the final 3.
We're going to get 3 looks at it. I mean, that's just an incredible. I mean, that could have been an and one there to close out the half. And instead, we'll go in tied at 38 all. Man, fading away. High degree of difficulty. Ventura, not very crisp in that first half, but they'll take it. This is the second game in a row here for ELAC, where they'll go in at the half tied up with their opponent, 45 all on Wednesday versus the Dons. And now Ventura, 38 all with ELAC round 2. SoCalCollegeSports.com's coverage. 3C2A men's basketball here from Ventura.
Conference shuttles, we ensure a seamless journey from start to finish. Trust Pegasus Transport for unmatched transportation experience. Also brought to you by A&A Concrete. When it comes to concrete, don't settle for cracks and callbacks. Go with the pros at A&A Concrete. We pour strength, precision, and reliability into every project, big or small. From driveways to foundations, we built our reputation on solid work and satisfied customers. Need it done right the first time? Call A&A Concrete, built to last. Halftime from Ventura, and the Pirates and the Huskies all tied at 38. And Mike, it's the playoffs all right. Here we are in the second round. Another tight game, as you would expect. Interesting storylines, but for the Pirates, boy, Cameron Cigar, 14 points. What a time for it, really keeping the Pirates in it.
Just an incredible first half from him, and they needed Snooki Wigington. Maybe one of his worst first halves in the entire season for the Pirates. And Jeremiah Smith didn't play much of that first half, in foul trouble with 2, and obviously Coach Daniels wanted to keep him fresh and away from that third foul. But he had one hell of a highlight, and we'll play it, well, right now.
Yeah, this early on, and Wigington going to get into the lane, and there's Smith. Flying in from the right of your picture.
Yeah, and both teams really had some highlight reel plays in that first half, obviously punctuated with this effort here from Smith, but you'll obviously get Smith down to the wire here. Tong with a great find from Snooki Wigington, and that was Wigington's rolling here on the other end. Barnes
finding
Hill
as the Huskies get out on the break.
And this was the play that really provided some momentum going in at the half. Cigar from the corner. Could have been an and one there, but
yeah, the Pirates shooting just 29% from three-point range in the first half, 5 of 17, but that last one pulls them even. But Mike, you alluded to it in the first half. If you're the Pirates, yes, some things to be concerned about, but shooting 41%, that is a noteworthy number in the first half for the Pirates for how low it is. This is a team, one of 2 teams in the state shooting 50% from the floor as a team for the season. So you're the Pirates, you've struggled from three-point range, you're struggling to knock down shots, yet here you are through 20 minutes, you're all even.
Well, they're also 9 of 9 from the charity stripe, only 7 of 12 from the stripe is ELAC, a huge factor as to why this game is tied up at the half. As you talked about, it's the stats really jump out at you if you're Ventura and you're still tied under 42%, normally 50. Normally 40% from 3 as a team, or 35, excuse me, under 30% in that first half. And, you get a couple more shots to go your way. This could be a double-digit lead either way in that first half based on a couple circumstances. So should be a good one as we come down the stretch here in half number 2.
Yeah, we seem destined for the final minutes here. We'll see how the second half plays out. When we return, start of the second half coming up. Pirates and the Huskies, second round 3C2A playoffs here on the VC Sports Network. Pirates will have it to start the second half. All even at 38. They'll come out with Bellamy, Wigington, Cigar, Smith, and Onigbogu. Meanwhile, for the Huskies, it'll be Barnes, Winston, Daly, Hampton, and Herring. So starting fives for both teams back on to start the second half. Wigington gets a screen from Onigbogu.
Bit of a zone type look here, matchup zone from ELAC.
Wigington leans into a three. It won't go. Daly has the rebound.
I think that's a good look there from Wigington. Obviously, his shot's been a little off tonight.
Winston, who hit a couple of threes early to stake the Huskies to an early lead in a back and forth first half where both teams enjoyed leads.
Lock.
Hampton to the scoop, missed the shot. Bellamy has the rebound. Huskies shot 50% from the floor in the first half. Step back three for Smith. Karam's off to Barnes. Barnes weaves into the front court. Good feed. Winston on the drive.
That's so
a three-point opportunity coming.
That's so soft. Just don't understand the call here. I mean, some of the stuff we saw in that first half.
Yeah, they're going to say there was enough contact with the body.
I'm not saying it's not a foul. I'm just saying be consistent.
Landon Winston now with 9. The three-point play.
Winston started the game off. Couple threes for ELAC.
Yeah, he's doing it 3 at a time. Cigar steps through outside to Smith. Smith drives the lane to the runner. Doesn't get the bounce, but he is heading to the line. The Husky foul going to go on Harrington, who has his hands full trying to stay with Jeremiah Smith.
See, that shot from three, the two first possessions offensively for the Pirates, that's not how you establish rhythm. You establish rhythm, you get downhill, and you make the defense work. Great job that time by Smith. He gets rewarded, hits on the first, second free throw up, no good. That's the first miss of the night for the Pirates from the strike.
41-39. Huskies with the 2-point lead in the ball. Landon Winston on the drive to the left hand, missed it.
Great job by Bellamy.
Yeah, Bellamy doing a great job on the boards. They lob for Cigar, who leaked out.
That looked like a foul.
Gets the layup to go. Doesn't get the foul, but does tie the game. 16 for Cigar. Hampton puts it on the floor.
Travel.
Doesn't get the roll, and Smith.
That's a man's rebound.
Yeah, rips out the rebound. Onigbogu running the floor. Nobody picked him up. Bellamy to the turnaround, rimming no.
Man, Hampton's a force down low.
Over 8 rebounds a game to lead the South Coast North. Barnes with the pull-up.
Terrific job getting to a spot, gets the elbow, rises. It's money.
8 for Jaden Barnes, 43-41. Cigar, little stutter step, rises and hits.
I got one for you.
Cameron Cigar, caution flammable, tied at 43. Hampton will try for 3.
Jeff, I got to tell you, if Hampton's going to hit that 3, and if he's going to hit more of those, Ventura might be in trouble.
4th 3 for the Huskies. Gives them the lead once again.
God, the slip is there anytime they want it.
Wigington leaves it for Cigar. Now they'll clear out. Cigar driving on Barnes, hangs and scores.
You just got to get it into the hands of Cigar right now. He is on fire.
He's got 20. Daly fakes, now pops, no good.
It's a great job by Smith. That's a foul. Wow, great look.
What a pass. Herring with the layup. Couple of good passes from Hampton, and you give Hampton a lot of credit here. It's been a struggle here tonight, but he's finding ways, knocks down a 3, couple of great passes here in the early going to give the Huskies this 3-point lead.
Look at that find right there down low. We're going to have one more look at it here. It looks like he extends the forearm. Snooki gets out of the way, clears it.
Timeout on the floor, 16:35 remaining. ELAC on top. It's Ventura College basketball on the VC Sports Network, brought to you by SoCalCollegeSports.com. You know, Mike, it's fascinating. We talk about the passes from Terrence Hampton, but of course Husky fans probably well aware this is not exactly out of left field. Talk about Barnes and Morris both averaging 4 assists a game for the Huskies, but who's third? Terrence Hampton, 2.1 a game, and so this is, again, not any huge surprise for those that have watched the Huskies all season long. Couple of great passes.
You know, I love me a good big man that can pass.
Right, and he definitely can, it would seem. Cigar. Bellamy open for 3, missed it. Hill has the rebound. On the Marcus screen. Hill steps through, foul on Cigar, who thought he had the clean block. Well, yeah, just on the back there.
I mean, he gets his. I mean, that's not. There's no argument there.
Yeah. And it's a good job by Hill, positioning-wise, gets Cigar on the backside, and nothing Cigar could do. If you go for the block there, you're going to commit the foul every time. The lead is 4. Second free throw for Hill. It's short. Smith has the rebound. Wigington on the drive to the basket. Lays it in.
Need more of that from Snooki.
Relatively quiet in the scorebook. Just 5 for Wigington. Does have 6 assists. Hill drives on Onigbogu. Double pump is good.
Tough move.
What a finish from Hill. So Isaiah Hill. Cigar looking to answer.
22.
Shooters rolling. You got to expect that. 22 for Cigar, the way he's shooting the ball.
And the steal on the other end.
Into the front court. Finds Bellamy. Bellamy puts it on the floor on the drive, stripped out, but a whistle and a foul. So Tong checking in. Cigar will check out as Wilson also on. Wigington will bring it in.
Expect this to be a quick breather here for Cigar. He's got up to 22 in the game.
Might be the first time this year that I'm going to say, with Wigington and Smith on the floor, where's the offense going to come from? That's how hot Cigar has been. Near steal for Morris. And a whistle and a foul.
Been doing that all game, and finally gets his hand caught in the cookie jar. Third team foul on ELAC.
And the third on Morris. Well, you definitely have options if you're the Pirates, with Smith and Wigington, but also Wilson on the floor, and Tong, who had 6 in the first half.
Good pick by Tong.
Wigington, corner jumper, no good. Tong with the offensive rebound. Back outside.
See, for Smith, can't hesitate there. Like to see him step into that 3. Instead, now he's got a big.
Picked up by Scott on the drive.
Travel.
Yeah, that's a good flash. I believe it was Hill coming over
That's a good call.
You watch here as he gets by Scott, but the help comes. Yeah, Hill, who has had a dynamite game and a big play defensively. 51-49. Morris lost his footing. Smith, Wigington on the run, in on Hill, layup good, tied at 51.
Got to pick up in transition now. Secondary break, no, just kind of have to bring it out.
Morris looking for a Scott screen.
Double.
Back outside to Morris. Shot clock down to 4. Morris from the elbow, missed it. Tipped up, no. They battle for the rebound. Tong has it. Pirates looking for the lead. Wilson's 3, no good. Hill will set up. Double high screen. Back outside. Shot clock at 10. Pirates stifling in their half-court defense. Morris, a drive on Tong, layup good. Morris gives the Huskies the lead. Timeout on the floor, 13:06 remaining. ELAC back in front, 53-51. Second round action, 3C2A playoffs on the VC Sports Network. Pirates down 2.
Jeff, was that an announcer jinx?
Oh, yeah.
Terrific half-court defense by the Pirates, and, well, little Olay right there. Tong just not ready for the ball to be put up on the glass that quickly. That's a layup for Morris.
Yeah, Morris flashing a little old man game in there with the getting that ball quickly up.
Yep.
On the rim. 2-point game. Huskies briefly flash pressure, now they'll drop off. Wigington on the drive looking for Tong. Wow, loose ball, Wigington's got it back. Wilson for 3. Pirates have the lead.
The timeout taken by the Pirates, it looks like, or, oh no, we have a wet spot.
Second chance for the Pirates, first 3 for Wilson.
Watch his play here, Jeff. Look at the play here by Snooki.
Yeah, Snooki, in addition to the points and the assists, does average 2.4 steals per game. Comes up with a big one there to earn the second chance. Wilson converts. Barnes picked up by Smith. Scott driving on Tong outside. Barnes open for 3, no good. High up for the rebound at Smith. Smith running the floor.
Bring it out.
ELAC is back. Wilson heat check from long range, around and out. Bellamy, another offensive rebound for the Pirates.
Yeah, on the weak side. And Marcus just didn't box out. Adrian.
Bellamy drives the lane, missed the layup. Rebound tapped outside to Barnes. Barnes, nobody stops the ball, into the lane. He's fouled. This will go on Wigington. Second on Snooki. And Barnes to the line.
Jeff, we're going to see this whole sequence here. Back to the previous possession as Bellamy goes to the bucket. No foul call there. Another missed free throw.
Yeah, Jaden Barnes is now 0 for 4 from the line. And it's somewhat noteworthy, maybe even very noteworthy, as Barnes shoots 81% from the line for the season. So this is not a guy who struggles at the line at all until tonight, where he just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
Wouldn't have mattered there. He's still over for tonight, but it's landed Winston into the lane too early. Free throw violation on ELAC. So Pirates with a 1-point lead, now possession of the ball.
Cigar heading to the scorer's table for the Pirates. Wigington hooks the pass back outside near steal. It ends up with Wilson.
Reset.
Pirates catch a break. Shot clock at 10. Wigington fouled out front.
It's a bad foul there from Hampton.
Yeah, with the shot clock winding down.
Now his third. Shot clock winding down. Really nothing there for Snooki. Just reaches behind. Cigar back into the ball game. He'll come on, looks like for Wilson. Either team looking for some sort of separation. We certainly saw that on Wednesday as the Dons took a 14-point lead in that second half. No such case here in round 2 of the 3C2A men's basketball playoff in Ventura.
Winner of this one gets the winner of the matchup, San Diego City and Saddleback, going on right now.
Yep. Citrus versus Allen Hancock, I believe, earlier. We might have a final on that one. That one started a little earlier.
Yeah, Fullerton is through. Big win over Palomar in the south.
Citrus.
Mount San Antonio College holds on at home against San Bernardino Valley. They lob looking for Smith over on the far side.
Yeah, Hampton intercepts, but he's out of bounds when he comes down with the feet. It's a tough place to inbound the basketball.
Citrus, a 15-point win at home against Allen Hancock. Antelope Valley falls at Santiago Canyon by 3. Our buddy JT, the Marauders, back in the postseason. Bellamy's 3 extends the lead. Baron Bellamy continues to be timely with the shooting. He's got 10. The Pirate lead is 4. So the Pirates starting to find the range from 3-point range. Barnes on the drive. Tong commits the foul.
I really give a lot of credit to Barnes for selling the foul there from Tong after the contact.
14:33 remaining in the game. San Diego City on top of Saddleback, 51-35. So Barnes back at the line. And misses on the first. And Mike, it's got to be in his head at this point, but what do you see right now? It doesn't seem like he particularly rushed it, but definitely pulled the string.
Well, look at his follow-through on that last one. He shortchanges, almost comes off at an angle. He just needs to breathe better that time, and it's in.
So Barnes gets one to go, 57-54.
Barnes is going to come out, replaced by Daly, see if they get a little shooting going. And haven't really heard much from Daly, the lead 3-point shooter for ELAC, and the Pirates have done a great job defensively on that assignment.
Yeah, shoots over 40%. The one guy on the team who does. Bellamy open for 3, it's good! And a chance for another! Man. Coming off a hot shooting performance against Oxnard
Certainly
a week
foul.
ago.
Goes right into the player. That's an easy call. And one from 3. Let's see it one more time from the up top view. What a find by Snooki. Yeah, I mean, that's...
It's been the calling card all season for the Pirates, and now in the second half, the 3-point shooting starting to give the Pirates some of the separation that both of these teams have been looking for. 61-54. Bellamy has 14. Winston holding outside. They'll clear out for Hampton. Backing down on Tong, and he traveled.
It's a great job by Tong holding his ground. We'll see it here defensively. Little shuffle. Yep. Hampton picks up his pivot. And right now, Coach Mosley and company seeing that it's getting away. They elect to call a timeout. 10:21 remaining. The Pirates now with a 7-point lead. You're watching 3C2A Men's Basketball Playoff Edition 2026 on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the VC Sports Network.
Bellamy's 4-point play, pushing the lead to 7, and the Pirates 5 threes as a team in the first half. They've already hit 3 here in the second half. Shooting 38% from three-point range here in the second half. And the big shots push this lead out to 7. It's the largest lead for the Pirates tonight. Bellamy open for 3. He'll try again, rimming no good. Smith taps the rebound to himself. Another offensive rebound for the Pirates. Wigington in the lane has that one knocked free. Marcus looking to go coast to coast. He's hammered. Heading to the line for 2 free throws.
There's just a costly turnover there by Snooki.
Bellamy going to make him earn it from the line. Second foul on Baron Bellamy. And Marcus at the line. 55% foul shooter on the season. Hits the first. He's got 8.
10 of 19 now from the stripe is ELAC.
Hits them both.
Good composure there at the stripe.
61-56 overall. East Los Angeles 10 of 19 from the line as a team. 30-second timeout.
Little wardrobe malfunction here. It's officials timeout, or are they going to actually take a timeout? Yeah, so Smith had something go wrong with his leg sleeve or tape job. They're going to get that sorted out right now.
Pirates will bring it in.
Yeah, they're going to have to reapply tape here. So an opportunity for ELAC, one of the best players in the state, currently out of the game. See if Snooki put his stamp on in this one.
Starts a drive. Cigar for 3. Off to Hampton. Good look for Cigar.
Yeah, you don't mind that shot there from Cigar.
The Pirates struggling under 30% from three-point range as a team overall. Barnes
great
on
hands.
the drive. Wigington with the strip. Off to Cigar. Into the lane, back
Away.
to the left hand.
Good.
What a finish from Cameron Cigar.
Good Lord.
An acrobatic finish at the rim for Cameron Cigar.
Man, what a play.
The body control was so good, he didn't even get the contact for the three-point opportunity. Whistle before the shot.
16 foul now for the Pirates, so 1-1 the rest of the way for ELAC, and you expect that if that's the case, ELAC probably going to be a little bit more downhill the rest of the way, down by 7.
Smith back on for the Pirates. Hill will bring it in. Barnes
Travel.
drives
That's a travel.
the lane, and there is the travel call. Looked like Barnes might have caught a wet spot or something. The foot just seemed to slip out from under him.
Yeah,
and indeed, they are going to work on the floor.
Second time we've seen that in that particular spot. I think Daryl Morris had a similar play earlier in this one.
That's exactly right.
Speaking of Morris, comes in, flashes a double trap, but quickly back to his man.
Wigington picked up briefly by Hampton. Now back to Barnes. Open three for Cigar is good.
This is danger zone here for ELAC, now down double digits.
27 for Cameron Cigar. Pirate lead into double digits at 10. Hampton's three is no good. Smith battling Tong for the rebound, but he's got it.
And Jeff, if you're Ventura, even though Hampton hit one earlier, you're going to let them take that shot every day of the week.
Yeah, indeed. Really, only Quinlan Daly has had much sustained success shooting from long range on the season. Wigington to the fadeaway, it's good.
That is Chris Paul-esque right there. Takes his man to the short corner, fadeaway jumper, good.
Morris trying to answer back, up and over Tong. The shot is no good. Tong commits the foul. Morris able to get into the body of Tong and get himself to the line, but the Pirates have pushed their lead to 12.
Back to that shot here from Snooki. It's just great touch.
9 in the game for Wigington. Free throws for Daryl Morris. 5'11" freshman. And misses the first free throw. Anik Bogu replacing Tong, and you have the sense that Tong's presence very important for the Pirates after missing 3 games. Needed depth up front and some size on that front line.
He's been terrific tonight.
68-57. Takes some of the pressure certainly off Kevin Anik Bogu as well. Marcus goes for the steal. Smith has it. Smith rises and fires. Shot no good, tapped out of bounds. Back to East Los Angeles, and now it's the Huskies who need a run.
You know, you got a double-digit lead there. I'd like to see Smith shave a little bit more clock out of that possession.
They clear out for Hill. Working on Bellamy, double pump, no good. Rebound on the floor off of Bellamy.
Let's see who that went off of here.
I think it's off of Bellamy. Let's watch here. Oh boy, that is close.
I tell you, on further review.
Yeah.
Oh, great job by Snooki tipping that to Smith on the carom.
Wigington leans over the dribble. Picked up by Herring. Cigar working on Hill.
Great defense.
Wants Onigbogu on the pick and roll. They try to lead Hill. Wigington able to get the timeout.
What a great job by Snooki here. Understands the situation. Poor pass from Cigar. Lead pass the other way. Wigington tracks it down. Timeout. It's just a heady play by a player who's been terrific all season for the Pirates. Has not had his best game tonight, but contributing in so many other ways. And Pirates with an 11-point lead, 6:41 to go, and poised for advancing here in the 3C2A men's basketball playoffs.
Bellamy will bring it in. Landon Winston on for East Los Angeles. Wigington drives, finds Onigbogu for the dunk. The dish from Snooki in the first two for Onigbogu. Scoop won't go. Onigbogu fighting for the rebound. Cigar with no numbers. Fouled. He's going to get himself to the line for a couple of free throws.
Well, Jeff, let's look at that last play here. Great find by Snooki again, and that has been his calling card here tonight.
Cigar at the line. 11th assist for Wigington. Finding Onigbogu. Cigar at the line. 69% on the season. And Mike, I think the Pirates possibly can get more than simply advancing if they can hold on here, and that is how much confidence do you gain as a team that shoots the ball so well to struggle shooting the ball the way that they have, and yet with 6:08 looking up, if Cigar can knock down the free throw here, you're up 15.
Yeah. Remember, the Dons were up 14 in that second half where they roared back for the win. Now down 15 as Cigar hits on two. Daly's going to have to be a factor here from three. They're going to have to find him.
Barnes loses the handle, but they're going to say it's off of Ventura.
Got to tell you, upon further review, I want to say, well, this could have been called a foul. No, I mean, that goes clearly off of Barnes. So ELAC gets away with one there. Hey, Jeff, we talked about it at the end of the first half, especially with that Cigar three to tie it going into halftime. You had to feel pretty good where you were if you were the Pirates. Been a much better second half for them in terms of execution.
Winston for three. Hampton keeps it alive. Working on Onigbogu.
That's tough.
Able to muscle it up and in. Hampton, who's been quiet tonight, has got just 5. He's the leading scorer for East Los Angeles on the season at 14 a game. Wigington driving on Winston. Now it's the Pirates that might have gotten away with the travel. Wigington to the basket, lays it in.
We're going to talk about perseverance all night. Snooki, it's been terrific.
74-59, Wigington with a double-double. Now 11 points to go along with 11 assists. 5:20 remaining. Daly. Off to Barnes. Barnes rises, fires, and hits. Jaden Barnes knocks down the jumper. He's into double figures with 11. A timeout on the floor, 5:11 remaining. Ventura on top, 74-61. It's Ventura College basketball on the BC Sports Network. Pirates have it with the 13-point lead. 5:11 remaining in the game, but Mike, with the great equalizer, the three-point shot, still an eternity to go in this one. Wigington starts a drive on Winston Smith into a crowd. Has that one blocked, but off to Onigbogu. Bellamy for three. It won't go, but a foul call.
Fouled on the shot? Wow. Again.
Boy, very nearly another 4-point play for Bellamy. Watch how close this one is to going down. Yeah, Daly on the closeout.
I don't think Daly went into the space of the player. I think that's a bad call.
Yeah, I think.
And that's one that goes against ELAC. It's been, both ways.
Yeah, I thought Daly sliding out there, but it looked like he did a pretty good job getting to the side of Bellamy.
Let's see if we have a closer
rather
angle
than directly under him. So watch here is the clean block from Hampton.
Okay, that's where they call the foul. You see Daly's foot.
Yeah, the left
underneath.
foot.
Okay, and that's the Bruce Bowen effect right there in terms of not being able to come down. If your feet are in the area of where the jump shooter comes down, that's going to get called. So upon further review, that is a good call.
Yeah, I think for Quinlan Daly, he gets the right foot to the outside of Bellamy, but that left foot slides in and ends up underneath Baron Bellamy, who's now up to 16 in the game. One more free throw on the way for Bellamy. It's good. The Pirates have taken advantage at the free throw line. 3 for Bellamy, and it's now 77-61. The Pirates push their lead out to 16. Daly for 3. It's his first look, and it's good.
And you can't, that's the one player you cannot leave alone, and he buries it.
They ran him off a screen on the baseline, and finally freed up Quinlan Daly for the shot. Wigington looking for Onigbogu. The pass intercepted. Daly going to go coast to coast and miss the layup.
That's a poor decision. You're a shooter. Shoot.
Another rebound for Smith.
Yep.
Smith driving on Daly to the basket. Scoop, no. Tip dunk for Onigbogu.
Look at the play here from Onigbogu. That's just a great job by the big man following up.
Yeah, Jeremiah Smith maybe with something of an assist on that one as he's able to get that ball up on the rim. Nobody gets a body on Onigbogu. Meanwhile, Daly gets the Huskies back within 12, but time starting to become a factor. 3:35 and counting. Smith's high arcer won't go. Onigbogu with the offensive rebound.
Timeout. That's a good timeout by Coach Daniels and company. Sees it's kind of getting away. Wasn't a great shot selection there from Smith early in that possession. As you said, Jeff, clock now a factor. Hey, let's make it be more of a factor let's kill some clock in this possession. So Pirate timeout here, up by 12 and looking for a little bit more, under 3:30 to go.
Pirates up 12 with the ball.
Watch the alley-oop play here to Smith.
Wigington looking to bring it in. Finds Smith, fakes. Foul on Marcus. And Smith with free throws coming.
Gotta love the execution there by Smith on the baseline out of bounds play. Uses Bogu as a decoy, just basically loops around him. Snooki finds him. 2 free throws coming, but a missed free throw on the front end.
In and out for Smith, who's got just 6 points in the game to go along with 8 rebounds and an assist. But it's been a struggle for Jeremiah Smith. We've talked about Terrence Hampton, but Smith also largely held in check so far. Just 2 of 8 from the floor. Hits the second free throw. But Mike, on our way up here, we were talking about this Pirate team getting ready for the broadcast, and we were both very impressed with Jeremiah Smith, a guy who averages just under 20 points and 10 rebounds a game on the season, but the motor on Smith just never stops, and we've seen him at times struggle for stretches getting his points, but it never affects his approach to the game, his effort on the floor.
Great job by Wigington there, slowing things up. That's a good shot in. Nope. Smith downhill.
Puts it on the floor. Steps through, shot blocked by Hampton, but right back to Smith, who lays it in.
What a great effort by Jeremiah.
Well, he gets 3 the hard way on back-to-back possessions. A free throw now gets the layup. Up to 9 in the game. The Pirate lead is 15, and they are starting to sense the third round. 2:33 remaining. Time running out for East Los Angeles College. 19 wins on the season. How good has this Husky program been? If their season ends here tonight, it'll be the first time that they failed to win 20 games in a season since at least 2012. They go back to 2013. 20 wins or more every season. That's how good this program has been among the elite in the 3C2A year after year, which just speaks to the job that the Pirates are doing tonight to outlast this team right now, leading it by 14.
This team that's been up and down all year because of injury really couldn't really find the right recipe given their personnel. A lot of talent on this team. Only 3 returning sophomores this season that didn't really play a big role last year.
Yep.
But it's been, a team that has been. Well, the sum has been greater than the parts.
And it should be noted for those that have followed East Los Angeles all season, another offensive rebound for Bogu. Bellamy's 3, no good. But Smith right there to lay it in.
Bit of a dagger there for Smith.
But on January 21st, after a loss, East Los Angeles was 9-8 on the season. Wow. So really staring down the possibility of maybe not even making the postseason. Since that point, 10-1. But perhaps finishing up their season here tonight. up at Ventura. The Pirates with the 15-point lead as we're under 2 minutes to go. And for the Pirates, closing in on their 25th win on the season, Cigar with 31.
Man.
86-69. And there are a number of tremendous teams in the 3C2A, but other than that brief hiccup a week and a half ago against Allen Hancock, is anybody playing much better ball than the Pirates, who are now 25-4 with just that one loss?
Jeff, I got to tell you, I think the Allen Hancock loss, probably the best thing that could have happened to them. They end up securing the 4 seed, which, if they win out, will host at home. They're going to win this one, it looks like, on minute 11 to go, and they're up by 13 or up by 17. And bit of a wake-up call.
And at last report, San Diego City on top 73-59, 3.5 minutes to go, down in San Diego. So is it Mitch Charlins and the Knights perhaps making the long trip up here to Ventura a week from tonight?
Certainly looks that way, and be good to see Mitch and Coach Rusty Smith, assistant down there this season. And it was great to reconnect with Coach Darren French. Darren French, an assistant at UC Riverside. My time there, one of those coaches that, hey, if you need to get some shots up at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, he was the guy. He'd get you in, and he was happy to do it, make you better as a player. And it's not a coincidence. This is a team well coached and always in the mix. Terrific results as a program under Coach John Mosley and company. They add Coach Dan Reed from Antelope Valley this season, and he has been terrific. Kudos to them and a great season, but the Pirates are going to move on in this one.
Yeah, the Pirates can start celebrating a postseason win. It'll be their first since 2018 when they advanced in the second round against Copper Mountain, eventually falling back in 2018 a round short of the championship round against San Diego City. So there we see we brought it all the way around. That was down at San Diego City back in 2018. But for a Pirate team that has been so close these last few years in the postseason, a number of great regular seasons, a stretch of sustained dominance in the Western State North, with a number of conference championships, back on top and now moving on to the third round.
Cigar going to come out. And what a performance for him, 33 here tonight.
48.1 remaining. Ventura on top on the VC Sports Network. Mike, you mentioned the 33 points for Cameron Cigar, blowing away his previous season high of just 24. So what a performance from Cameron Cigar as Barnes.
They absolutely needed it, Jeff.
Yep.
No Smith, much of that first half. Snooki a little bit off in that first half. And, well, how about the job by Wigington? Off night offensively, but did a great job of asserting himself more so, taking on that physicality in the second half. That was the difference in the game. And they have outscored ELAC by 19 in this second half.
Yeah, you figure with Morris and with Barnes, the Huskies have an ability to certainly harass you as an opposing point guard, a very fast and physical backcourt for East Los Angeles. And you just can't say enough about Snooki with a tough assignment here tonight against the team that does a great job defensively at that guard position and stays with it and ends up with a double-double, by the way. So great job running this offense. As the Pirates, here they sit, 10.4 remaining on their scoring average for the season. Yep. They're at 90. So they ended up with a big second half here. 52 points in the second half and a chance to add to it with 10.4 remaining.
And credit the defense in the second half. This is a team, an ELAC averages over 82 a game, only with 71 up on the board right now. And
it's Tyler Downs at the line, so a chance. As Downs hits two, but I should say the second, and Kane Daniels with a chance to get a couple of players onto the floor here. Down the stretch, the dunk for Hill, but not going to be enough, certainly, as the Pirates on the strength of a massive second half. It was tied at the break at 38, but the Pirates turn it up a notch in the second half, putting 53 on the board. They pull away ultimately for the 91-73 win here tonight and on to the third round, which will be back here next Saturday night.
Step away for a moment, come back, wrap things up. Ventura on to the next round. Back in a moment.
(91-73) the final, and the Pirates on to the third round with their 25th win of the season. And well, no shortage of heroes, but we've talked a lot about Cameron Segarra, and with good reason. An explosion here tonight, but boy, a number of guys with big performances. I think we were also terribly impressed with Tong Tong with a great performance off the bench, giving the Pirates a little bit of help in a number of areas, but a presence certainly on the floor that I think makes this a different Pirate team.
Yeah, he was off. He was off the roster a week ago, I believe. He didn't play in the last week of the final regular season. Yeah, so last three games he wasn't there. Steps up tonight in a big way. It looked like a different player. Looked like a player, one, rejuvenated, but also flash little footwork in the post. Great job defensively, I thought, and at the line, hit a couple free throws there. So contributions maybe not showing up stat-wise, but a terrific performance from him. But Cameron Segarra, man of the night for Ventura, 33 in a lively performance for the Pirates.
Yeah, and I think one other guy worth noting, Baron Bellamy. Big performance in the second half. I want to say 12 points in the second half for Baron Bellamy. A couple of big shots as the Pirates initially started to pull away earlier on in that second half. They would eventually balloon that lead into double digits and end up winning it by 18 in a score that might ultimately belie how close the game really was for most of the action. But the Pirates really asserting themselves, announcing their presence with authority late, not early, en route to that win by 18 tonight.
That'll do it for our coverage here from Ventura. 91-73 your final. Pirates move on. They'll host San Diego City next week. Until then, thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll see you in 7 days.